Good morning. We're gonna head to the grocery store and I'm gonna show you 10 things I always buy. All right, we're back from the grocery store. I went to Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, and I'm gonna run you through the 10 things that I always buy every week. So the way that I approach groceries is I have a list of 10 categories, and then within those categories, I'll try to switch up what it is that I buy, which I think is also great for the diversity of the microbiome in your gut. It also keeps things fresh and fun, and just helps you switch things up if you are a creature of habit like myself. And it's really helpful because it encourages you to eat what's in season. So this is not a comprehensive grocery list. If you're looking for that, I have an old video on my channel. I'll link that in the description box below, and it comes with a free grocery shopping list for all new vegans or old vegans alike. This is just gonna be the way that I approach my weekly grocery shopping, and it looks different every single week, but also keep in mind that because I'm creating food content for a living, I tried to make this as realistic for like the meals that I eat, but some of it can be a little bit funky week to week because I'm always just cooking new things. With that being said, I think this is a great way to approach your groceries, especially if you're somebody who feels overwhelmed at the grocery store and you never know what to buy. So my 10 categories are: number 1, allium and herbs. This is really important for flavor, and allium is the base of so many dishes. So for me, that's usually garlic, onion, and shallot, and I'll rotate, or I usually have all 3 on hand actually. You can see I've got some onions back there. As far as herbs, I feel like you can never go wrong with having thyme, rosemary, and sage on hand, but I also love to have mint, fresh basil, especially in the summer, chives. Those are all great things for garnish and just to add extra layer of flavor. Number 2 are hearty vegetables. So these are things like cauliflower, things that hold up well in like an easy stir fry or a pasta dish. I also picked up some peas, which will be great and versatile in like soup, pasta, risotto, everything. And then I grabbed some zucchini, which is in season right now that we're in summer. So this switches out, but some of my staples all year round include broccoli, cabbage, which is a great one, and carrots, celery, that kind of stuff. Category number 3 is citrus. I like to have both lemons and limes on hand because I find that these can be used in so many dishes just to give like a little finish and add a little extra something. It's great for brightening up a dish. It's great for salad dressings, vinaigrettes. I'll finish my pasta with it, and you can not only use the juice but also the zest. So I love both. I think limes are great for like Mexican cooking, Asian cooking, and lemons are great for like more traditional French cooking, Italian, and stuff like that. So great to have on hand. I always love to have like a big basket of lemons and limes. The next one is high protein pasta. This is kind of a random category, but really helpful for me because I love eating pasta, but I also find that this helps me hit my protein goals, and it's gluten-free as well, which is a win-win for me because I am not someone who can consume gluten. So I'll alternate between something like red lentil pasta or a chickpea pasta, or even like an edamame pasta, which they have at the store. I just like to have this on hand because whenever I'm craving pasta, this is my favorite go-to. And it's got a really great texture as well. But if you're not into high protein pasta, you could of course just sub this for regular pasta. I think it's great for meals where you just don't know what to eat. Number 5 is leafy greens. I always love to have leafy greens on hand because you can make salad, and it's just a great way to get your veggies in, especially in the summertime. I crave lots of raw veggies. So one of my go-tos is romaine, but I also love butterleaf lettuce, kale, what else? Iceberg. If you ever find yourself stuck in like a rut, one easy way to switch it up is just to sub out your go-to for something similar in the same category. So if you're used to having some kind of salad with this romaine lettuce always, try to switch it up with kale or do like a half-half, and that's a great way to just like switch it up without actually switching it up. You know what I mean, garbanzo bean? Number 6 is especially important for us vegans. So that category is protein. This includes everything from vegan protein alternatives to canned beans, to tofu, tempeh, seitan, whatever kind of protein that you consume. I personally always have some kind of tofu on hand. My favorite is the high protein because I think it has the best texture. That's really easy to work with. So I'll get the high protein tofu, and then I always love to have canned beans on hand because they're not only super affordable, but they're also versatile. And if you ever are just like in a pinch and don't know what to make, you could always whip up some hummus. So I love having beans on hand. My go-tos are garbanzo, but I also love navy beans or white beans, butter beans, black beans even. I know of course you can always make your own beans, but I find that having a few cans is really handy when you're short on time and you just want beans ready like that. Comment below and let me know what your favorite type of vegan protein is. I'm really curious to hear. Number 7 is kind of a broad category, but grains. So in this category, I put like rice, tortillas, bread, stuff like that. Just things that you can kind of use to make a complete meal. I always have lots of rice on hand, but I'll kind of alternate the breads that I have in the fridge. So usually it's gluten-free tortillas or gluten-free sourdough of some kind. I think it's really important to have grains on hand though to make satiating meals. The next category, number 8, is fruits and berries. I really love to have fresh berries on hand because I think they're amazing to have with breakfast. So something like raspberries or strawberries I'll usually have, but also don't sleep on the frozen berries because they're not only super affordable, but they're also flash frozen at the peak of their season. So no matter what time of year it is, you can rely on frozen berries to be super sweet and super ripe. And of course, it's a little bit more sustainable in that they're not gonna go moldy in a few days like most berries do. So frozen berries, fresh berries, or any other kind of fruit that you really enjoy. The next category, number 9, is plant milk. So my personal favorite right now is this almond milk from 3 Trees. I've been really enjoying this one, but as you may know, I also love oat milk, cashew milk, soy milk. I try to rotate what kind of milk I'm drinking as well. And at the moment, I've taken a pause on making it at home because I've been finding that I'll just make too much. And of course, homemade doesn't last as long as store-bought plant milk, but whether you have a homemade or store-bought, it's entirely up to you. I just think it's great to have for smoothies, cereals, lattes, soups even, or curry. I think it's a staple in every vegan's fridge. The last category is canned goods, specifically tomatoes. I think these are awesome to have because you can do so much with canned tomatoes. So I usually have like whole tomatoes like this, or cherry tomatoes in a can. And another staple that I think is really important is tomato paste. I love to have this on hand for so many recipes, and I would definitely recommend a double or a triple concentrated tomato paste for extra flavor. So I love having these because you can make pasta, you can make soup, you can make even pizza sauce, you could make some kind of like chili. There's just so much you could do with canned tomatoes and even fresh tomatoes. Right now I'm really into this dish called like pizza beans, where you basically do the feta pasta with the whole tomatoes, the garlic, the herbs, and then you mix in beans and it tastes like pizza flavored beans, and it's so good. So tomatoes are a must for me. And then 2 bonus categories I'm just gonna throw in are snacks and drinks. So this would be, for me, coconut water is one of my favorites. I always like to have some in the fridge. And of course, I'll always have some snacks around, like some cookies, crackers, maybe some nuts, popcorn. I just think it's really important to have things that are easy to grab and go for moments where you're really busy and you just don't have the time to whip something up. There's nothing worse than going hangry, trust me. Well, I can think of a lot of worse things actually, but you know what I mean. The last additional category I'll add in is like seeds, spreads, and like nuts. So I'm thinking tahini, almond butter, even store-bought hummus if that's something you prefer to do. They are amazing to use as bases for dressings, sauces, pasta dishes even. I just think they are so convenient to have on hand. And if you're in a pinch, you could also whip up some almond milk or plant milk by blending together just a tiny bit of nut butter and water. And they usually last quite a long time, so I don't buy them every week, but I'll usually have them stocked up in the pantry. So these are my 10 categories of grocery staples that I think about when I go to the grocery store each week. I hope it's helpful for you, and if you want an even more comprehensive list that will help you and that you can actually print out and check things off as you're shopping, I'm gonna link my free grocery guide in the description box below. All you have to do is put in your email and you'll get a free downloadable. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, and if you did, stay tuned in the vlogs because I usually try to include some kind of grocery haul every time I go. But if you like these, I'll definitely do more, and hopefully I can get it on a more realistic day when I'm actually kind of fridge empty. So maybe the next time I go on a trip and come home and do a restock, I can film a grocery haul. Also, because it was my first time at Trader Joe's in a very long time, I picked up a lot of fun new things. So I'm gonna film a separate video doing a taste test of all the Trader Joe's finds. If you like Trader Joe's, just wait for that one. I think it's gonna be really fun because the number of vegan things at Trader Joe's is just incredible. Every time I go, I feel like there's more and more, and it's so much fun. All right, that's it for today's video. Once again, don't forget to click down below so you can get that free grocery guide, and if you need an even more in-depth video for all my new vegans out there. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye.